Hello, my name is Lara, Astrology Addict, and this is the second lesson of my lesson series on the basics of astrology. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about the zodiac signs, and this is basically what everybody knows. Everybody knows the zodiac signs: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. But I'm going to go sort of in depth with them and explain why they're so important to astrology. So, what are the zodiac signs? They are the 12 basic archetypes making up a zodiac wheel. Each sign isn't necessarily a list of traits, it is a sort of energy, it's a sort of archetype. They're the landmarks of the astrological charts, so everything in an astrological chart is sort of said to be positioned relative to certain zodiac signs. For example, I'm a Virgo sun because my sun is inside of Virgo in my chart. I'm a Gemini moon because my moon is inside of Gemini in my natal chart. I am a Virgo ascendant because the ascendant of my natal chart is positioned inside of Virgo. My 12th house is positioned inside of Leo. So everything is said to be relative to the zodiac signs. If you have no idea what anything I just said was, that's totally fine. Don't think you're missing out on anything. Well, I'll go over everything in time. So the zodiac signs, the planets in the zodiac sign, determine how the planet's energy is demonstrated. And again, we'll go over that in probably one or two videos because planets are really the stars of astrology. So this is the zodiac wheel. All of the signs are always in that order. There is a lot of methodology, or is that the right term? There's a lot of reasoning behind the position of each zodiac sign. And we'll go over that when we talk about elements and modalities, probably in the next video, if not in like 2 videos. So I'm going to introduce to you each of the zodiac signs, each of the archetypes. And I'm going to tell you its sign, its symbol, its ruling planet, element, modality, and sister sign. And if you don't know what any of those are, that's totally fine. Those are just sort of the reasons why the archetype is the way it is. It's so you know that the traits that I'm going to be listing at the bottom, they're not just completely arbitrary and random. They all are based upon the symbol, the planet, the element, the modality, the sort of the sister sign too. So first we're going to start with Aries. So Aries is the first sign. I know sometimes Aquarius is listed as the first sign because it's the first sign of the normal basic calendar year. But Aries is the beginning of the zodiac wheel because the moment Aries begins is the spring equinox. And spring is the season of life, birth, resurrection. And of course we have to start the zodiac wheel where life begins. Spring equinox. So Aries, the ram, in Latin Audius, Audiatus, its ruling planet is Mars, the planet of raw drive and passion. Its element is fire, its modality is cardinal, its sister sign is Libra. And the basic accepted traits associated with the archetype, they're very energetic, very youthful, playful, aggressive, dynamic. And that comes a lot from also them being the first sign. They're very young. They have a lot of youthful characteristics. They're very aggressive because of that Mars influence. They are very bright, bubbly people. Okay. Taurus, the bull. Taurus, Tauri. Its ruling planet is Venus, the planet of art and luxury and romance. Its element is earth. Its modality is fixed. Its sister sign is Scorpio. And some basic accepted traits associated with this archetype: they're very determined, stubborn, sensual, artistic people. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, and you know that you're a Taurus, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not stubborn, I'm not artistic, that's totally fine. Because remember, there's a lot more behind you than just your sun sign. And I really don't like summing up all these archetypes with just a few adjectives. It's not a really good way to sum up each sort of energy, but it's basically the best I can do. So Gemini, the twins, Geminorum, its ruling planet is Mercury, the planet of communication and mental processes. Its element is air, its modality is immutable, its sister sign is Sagittarius. They're very social people, they're very adaptable, so they know how to work with different social groups very well. They also really know how to play with people, they understand people, and then they understand the nature of humans. So they're able to like not manipulate, but sort of manipulate people. They're very adaptable. So they're very analytical, they're very good with information and communication, and they're very good, they're very nervous people. So Cancer, the crab, Cancri, its ruling planet is the moon. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, the moon is a planet in astrology, and so is the sun. And I'm not dumb. I know it's not really a planet, but the sun and the moon are actually considered, in more technical terms, luminaries in astrology, but also planets. And that's because astrology is geocentric. It's seeing the Earth as sort of the center of the universe, which I know it's not. And it's seeing the planets and the sun and the moon as being revolving around the Earth, which I know they don't, but they appear to. So that's basically why we can say that the sun and the moon are planets in astrology. So the moon, the planet of our inner child, our fears, and our emotions. Its element is water, its modality is cardinal, and its sister sign is Capricorn. And Cancers are defensive, moody, motherly, compassionate. They're very much like a mother. If they're very emotional, very loving, but if you like tick them off, they're going to get really, really, really mad. And they're also sort of just like a crab. I think Cancer is the one that fits the symbol, the crab, their symbol the best. So like a crab is like, it'll chill, it won't bother you if you don't bother it, but if you start like, poking it with a stick, it's going to try to snap at your fingers and like mess with you. But if you like open it up and like eat its flesh, you'll see it's very nurturing and warm and cozy on the inside, and that's really disgusting. Okay, next. Leo, the lion, Leonis, sorry. Its ruling planet is the sun, the planet of our expression, our identity, and our glow. Its element is fire, its modality is fixed, its sister sign is Aquarius. They're very theatrical people, expressive, bold, arrogant, like how the sun is the center of the solar system in reality. Leo wants to be the center of the universe. It wants to be the center of the stage. They're very theatrical, bold, self-centered sort of people. So Virgo, the maiden, Virginus. Its ruling planet is Mercury, the planet of communication and mental processes. Its element is earth, its modality is mutable, its sister sign is Pisces. And yes, a lot of the, not a lot, but a few, or actually mostly just Gemini and Virgo in modern astrology, they share a same ruling planet, and that's totally fine. Oh, and Taurus and Libra, but we'll get to Libra next. So Virgos are selfless people, analytical, critical. They're very serving. They love to serve. They're very good at serving people. And they're really perfection-based, driven people. And they're the type of people like who would criticize the hell out of their partner or their friends. And themselves. They also are very humble sort of people, generally speaking. Libra, the scales, Librae. The sign's ruling planet is Venus, the planet of romance, luxury, and beauty, so they share their ruling planet with Taurus. Their element is air, modality is cardinal, sister sign is Aries. They are very amiable, flirtatious, unaware, and intelligent sort of people. I have this friend who is a Libra. He has a lot of Libra placements as well. He's very Libra dominated in his chart. And he basically sums up the Libra archetype almost perfectly. Well, I mean, no one can sum up an archetype perfectly, but he comes kind of close. He is very intelligent. He is also a computer science major with me. He's the top of all of his classes. He's the one who always gets all the A's. He's the one who is always helping everyone with their projects, but he is so bad at making decisions. He has gone through so many girls, and not because he is like a jerk. He's not just like going through all these girls. It's just he gets so attached to these girls, and the moment one of them, and he doesn't realize when they're just like a one-night stand. He gets like attached to them, and then she has to like cut it off with him, and then he like needs to grab onto the next girl who goes by. He's very flirtatious. He flirts with basically everybody, male, female. And he's very unaware. So he texts me in the middle of the night saying, "Lyra, I don't know who I am. Tell me about my birth chart." He's that type of person, and I think that summarizes Libra pretty well. Scorpio. The Scorpionis. Its ruling planet is Pluto, the planet of secrets, obsession, and isolation. Its element is water, modality is fixed, sister sign is Taurus, and some basic accepted traits associated with their archetype. They're very observant, jealous, powerful, and possessive people. Probably the strongest sign in the zodiac, I think, in my opinion, the strongest. They're pretty intense. The archetype is pretty intense. Sagittarius, the archer, Sagittarius, Sagittarii. Its ruling planet is Jupiter, the planet of optimism, expansion, growth. Its element is fire, modality is mutable, and its sister sign is Gemini. They're very reckless people, very philosophical, very brave, and very restless. They're the type of people to do just about anything and get over everything and everyone. They're always thinking on a higher level than probably the rest of the zodiac signs. They're very philosophical, very spiritual. They're the type of archetype that really likes to travel, likes to seek out adventure, very optimistic people as well. So Capricorn, the sea goat, Capricornus, Capricorni. Sorry, I'm still learning Latin. I'm just kind of throwing it in there just for fun and practice. Its ruling planet is Saturn, the planet of work, limitations, and blockage. Its element is Earth, modality is cardinal, sister sign is Cancer. They're very ambitious, cold, conventional, hardworking people. They're sort of like the CEO of the zodiac. They're very strong, powerful, hardworking, determined, ambitious, but cold and distant and kind of scary. Capricorn is associated a lot with Scorpio because their archetypes are kind of similar. And you see how I said its sister sign is Cancer? And remember how I mentioned Cancer being like very motherly, like the mother of the zodiac? Capricorn is sort of like the father, kind of like the cold and loving father. Okay, Aquarius, the water bearer, Aquarius, Aquarii. The ruling planet is Uranus, the planet of rebellion, ideals, and technology. Its element is air, its modality is fixed, its sister sign is Leo. They're very unique, eccentric, distant, progressive sort of people, they're very humanitarian, always looking to better the world around them, society. They're sort of like the Bernie Sanders of the zodiac wheel. Next is Pisces, the fishes, Piscium. Its ruling planet, their ruling planet is Neptune, the planet of delusions, confusion, dreams, all that dizzy, vague stuff. Its element is water, modality is mutable, sister sign is Virgo. They are very dreamy, vague, artistic, manipulative sort of people. They understand the nature of humans and human emotion very well, so they're able to use that to their own benefit. They are they're the type of people, like when you're having a conversation with them, you realize after 5 minutes that they've just been staring at the wall the whole time. They're very dreamy, vague, sort of directionless sort of people. Very artistic, very creative, very visionary also. So that basically sums up all of the zodiac signs, and I hope that all made sense. I hope I didn't lose you somewhere, and I hope that you remember that these are simply archetypes. These aren't just people. I know I refer to some of the signs as like, oh, them, they aren't people. They're archetypes, they're energies, and we'll see them come more into play over the rest, through all of the rest of these videos in this series. And if you have any questions, let me know, and thank you for watching.